Hello everyone, in today's class we'll study about the classification of bacteria based on their shape. So basically bacteria are grouped under 4 different categories: cocci, bacilli, spirillum and vibrioid. Cocci means spherical. Cocci is a plural form. In singular we'll call it as coccus. In singular we are calling it as coccus. That means they are round or spherical in shape. They are spherical in shape. Based on the shape, this cocci is again divided into different categories. If there is only one single bacteria, then we call that as monococcus. What we are calling it as? Monococcus. Mono means one. Coccus is the shape of the bacteria, that is round or spherical shape. So single bacteria we call it as monococcus. If there are two together grouped, then we are calling it as diplococci. As I told, if it is only one, we call it as coccus. If it is more than one, then the plural form we call it as cocci. Hence, diplococci means diplo means two, a combination of two spherical shaped bacteria. Then here the next one is streptococci. Streptococci means a chain of spherical shaped bacteria attached to each other. These examples we can take it as Streptococcus pneumoniae. Streptococcus pneumoniae. The example of bacteria is Streptococcus pneumoniae, and these bacteria, as the name itself suggests here, Streptococcus pneumoniae, cause pneumonia. They cause pneumonia. Next here is Streptococcus. One more examples if you want you can take is Streptococcus pyrogens. Now these, especially the Streptococci bacteria, are responsible for the diseases like pneumonia and also for the sore throat. So this is caused by the another one more bacteria, that is Streptococcus pyrogens. Streptococcus pyrogens. The next come is tetracocci. As the name itself indicates here, tetra means 4. A combination of 4 spherical shaped bacteria are called as tetracocci. Example you can take here is Micrococcus luteus. Micrococcus luteus. Next is Sarcinae. Now these spherical shaped bacteria are arranged in the cubes of 8. Here I have shown you like this. It will be arranged in a cuboid manner. All these spherical shaped bacteria will be arranged in a cuboid manner. These are called as Sarcinae. Next one comes here is Staphylococci. Staphylococci, in the sense these are the arrangement of cells producing the bunches, that too in a irregular pattern. They are arranged in bunches and that too in irregular pattern. Example for the Staphylococci aureus, like best example you can take here is Staphylococcus aureus. This is the main bacteria which causes sinus infection and also food poisoning. The next comes here are the bacilli, or we can say rod shape. Bacilli is the plural form and bacillus is the singular form. If there is only one bacillus or rod shaped bacteria, we call it as monobacillus or simply bacillus. Similarly, as we have seen in case of coccus, that is monococcus, in the same way the bacillus forms also exist as singular or diplo or more than 2. Like here, monobacillus, as I mentioned, only one rod shaped bacteria. Next, diplobacillus, the name itself suggests here, 2 rod shaped bacteria arranged or attached to each other, or paired cells of bacilli we can say. Okay, the next come here is streptobacilli. Okay, streptobacilli here is nothing but in the same way as we have seen in case of streptococci, arrangement of coccus, or like a chain of cocci appearing like here. Here also the chain of rod shaped bacilli appearing like straws. They look like Rod-shaped bacilli, they appearing like straws. So example, best example for this can be Bacillus anthracis. Bacillus anthracis, which cause the disease called as anthrax. One more form of bacillus we can find here, that like the spore forming bacillus. They the same, but they will be like this. So from here you can see that these kind of bacteria are called as spore forming bacteria. They come under the bacilli category or bacillus category. So these bacteria, they form the spores. And example, the best example we can take it here is Clostridium botulinum. Clostridium botulinum, which causes the disease called as botulism. One more example for the bacilli is Lactobacillus, which is a beneficial bacteria and useful for the formation of the curd, helps in the formation of curd. The next category here is the spirillum or spirillum, that is cells that have more than one complete twist. Like they'll be having a twist here, so they will having more than one complete twist. So they are flagellated, as well as they can have one or more than one flagella and a distinct helical shape, we can say spirillum. Best example for this is Helicobacter pylori. Helicobacter pylori. This type of bacteria, especially Helicobacter pylori, causes stomach ulcers. Stomach ulcers. Helicobacter pylori is responsible for the stomach ulcers. Next we have spirochete. In spirillum, if we have only one complete twist, then spirochete has more than one complete twist. The rod-shaped bacteria having more than one complete twist, that is forming a helical shape, called as spirochete. The example for the spirochete is Treponema pallidum. This bacteria, Treponema pallidum, is responsible for the disease called as syphilis. The spirillum is also responsible for nitrogen fixation. Like example you can take here is, like I'll write here, the example here for the spirillum is rhodospirillum, which is having a symbiotic association with the pea plants or the other plants, which helps in nitrogen fixation. Other more examples like Azospirillum are all these bacteria which comes under the category of spirillum shape. Next we have Vibrioid, or we can say simply Vibrio. Other shape you can also call it as comma shape, like in comma shape, like this. This type of bacteria in which the cells have less than one complete twist. This means they have only half twist, less than one complete twist, and hence they are looking like a comma. That's why the name given as Vibrio. The example for the Vibrioid is Vibrio cholerae. By the name itself, you can easily understand that this Vibrio cholerae causes cholera, the disease called as cholera. Apart from all these four different categories of bacteria, we have one more category, that is pleomorphic. We call them as pleomorphic bacteria. These bacteria keep on changing their shapes depending upon the type of environment and also the availability of nutrients. They will change their shape according to the environment and also the nutrients availability. Like one such example for this pleomorphic bacteria is Azotobacter. Azotobacter. I hope you understood today's class. Thank you.